Hey makeup friends, today we're going to take it back to the end of 2019. I did a video then talking about some brands that I wanted to try in 2020. So today I'm going to go through the list and see which brands I did try, give you some ideas on the products that I did try, and then which brands I did not and why I didn't. But before we get into it, I want to welcome you back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome. My name is Kara. I'm a 40-year-old working mother of two, and makeup is my escape. It's what fills my bucket. On my channel, we like to mix beauty, brains, and the occasional F-bomb. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, just keep watching. Okay, so going back to the list, in December of 2019, I had 7 brands that I wanted to try this year. Of those 7 brands, I have tried 3.5. I will explain the half right out of the gate, and that is Sydney Grace. So I did try some products, but for whatever reason, and truly I mystify myself, I only tried loose glitters from them. They must have had a sale at some point this year. That's the only reason I can justify why I would have bought 4 loose glitters. Regardless, here we are. So I bought Black Beach, which is just a black glitter with some like multicolored little specks in there. Are there even? No, it's just a straight black glitter. Even more mystifying. I mean, it's very pretty, but okay, sometimes I surprise myself. I also bought Triple Berry, which is like a purplish kind of glitter. And I got Mint to Be, which has little like circles and stars in it. This must have been a fever dream. I honestly don't remember buying these. They're really pretty, but I don't remember buying them. It's like a holographic minty kind of shade with some silver specks in there and then just other little flecks of color. These are all very pretty, but I don't wear them. And then finally I bought Blush and Bashful, which is a pink glitter. They're beautiful. I don't tend to wear glitters all that often, and certainly this Mint to Be, the chunks of glitter are just of the size that I wouldn't feel comfortable putting them on my eyes. So that would likely explain why I haven't. But there you have it. I would like to try the Sydney Grace shadow formula. I never have. Apparently I stopped at loose glitters. And I know that they have a collaboration with Temptalia coming up in the spring of 2021. So that is what I have my eye on, because reading the description of the 3 palettes, they all sound like palettes that I am really going to enjoy. So I am looking forward to seeing the release of those shades and trying that formula out finally. If you have tried any of the brands that I'm about to talk about, I would love to hear from you down below in terms of what your opinions on them are. What are some of your favorite products? If there's products to avoid, please let me know of those products as well. But let's move on to the second brand, and that was JD Glow. I did try a few of their products. So I picked up 3 of their liners. Now, I wasn't expecting them to come in these little like wand formula. They were described as gel formula, so I figured I was getting like a little pot of them, and they didn't have pictures of what the actual product looked like. But I actually prefer this because they come with like this little tiny wand applicator, little brush, and it's just so easy to work with. These are obviously very pretty and very bright colors. I'm just going to go ahead and swatch them on my hand, and then I will show you what they look like. So from the top to the bottom, we have neon purple, pastel blue, and neon yellow. Wildly descriptive titles, must say. They're hit and miss. So the pastel blue is a little bit splotchy. The yellow, you can build it up nicely, but it's almost too liquidy. Like, they call it a gel liner, but it's like a watered down gel. The purple is the best performing out of these 3. I mean, for what they are, they're fun. I use them. I enjoy them. I don't think they're the best liners on the market, but if you're looking for like a pop of color, you really can't go wrong with these because they do build up nicely and they do dry fairly quickly. I do prefer a felt tip liner, typically speaking, and at least on the pastel blue, the brush is starting to splay a little bit, which makes it a bit more difficult to work with. But overall, if there's a color that you really like and that you'd have a lot of fun with, they're not a bad product to pick up. Where I would invest my money though is in their single shadows. They have some incredibly beautiful, beautiful shades. I have talked about some of these before, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch the 5 that I have just so that you can see these ones in action. Again, starting from the top and working our way down. At the top is Plum. Underneath that, part of the Galaxy collection is Good God. Underneath that is Bora Bora, which is also a Galaxy shadow. I've got 2 more Galaxy shadows, so the next one is Watermark. Underneath that is Fairy Acid, and then at the bottom is part of their Metalon collection, and that is Limelight. Of the shades that I have here, these bottom 3 are incredible. Bora Bora feels a little bit dry in the pan, which is weird because the other Galaxy shadows don't. Watermark is insane. It is so beautiful. It's like glittery and sparkly without being glittery. I don't know how they achieved that finish, but it is so, so gorgeous. Limelight is like this beautiful greenish gold. So beautiful. These shades are just top notch. They're so good. The last thing that I tried from JD Glow is one of their pressed highlighters. This is in the shade Synopsis. And again, one more swatch for you. Let's put it over here. It's one of those like holographic kind of looking shades, like a blue purple shift. It's really, really pretty. It's not a highlighter that I use a ton just because it is on the glittery-ish side, but it's certainly very pretty. So I definitely am interested in trying more of the Metalon shades for sure, and maybe a few of their Galaxy shades, but the Metalons I think are absolutely beautiful. But I would highly, highly recommend Watermark or Limelight. Those 2 are my favorite by far. Now the next 2 brands sound very similar. One is Canadian, one is American. So one is what I believe is pronounced as Emme Cosmetics, E-M-M-E, and the other is M Cosmetics, E-M, owned by Michelle Phan. So Emme Cosmetics, just for whatever reason, I haven't gotten around to trying them. When I have tried to order, their site has been closed. And then even when they've reopened, I just, for whatever reason, haven't been in the right headspace to purchase from them. So I have not tried any of their products yet. And then with M Cosmetics, when I tried to order from them, I think earlier in 2019, the shipping costs to Canada were just insane, like over 20 some odd dollars US just for the shipping, and I'm just not about that life. And then I decided to try again and see if maybe the shipping rates had changed or whatever, and then they were no longer shipping at all to Canada. So I don't know if they have changed their position on that because I haven't gone back to check. All right, the decibel level might go up a little bit. My daughter just got home from school, but regardless, with respect to Emme Cosmetics, I've got my eye on them, but I'm not like, I don't have a super burning desire to try them anymore. For whatever reason, they haven't done anything to me. I haven't been disappointed by anything. I'm just, my interest level has dropped from where it was at the end of 2019. Hi.
Just saying hi.
Hi. And there she is. She just got home from school. How was your day?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was the best thing that happened?
Soccer.
What was the worst thing that happened?
Science.
Oh, fair enough. She's so cute. All right, with M Cosmetics, there are some products from them that I would still like to try. In particular, their liquid blush. I've had my eye on those since they launched, but can't get my hands on them as far as I know at this point. And even when I could get my hands on them, the shipping was super expensive. So we'll see if they have some sort of like free shipping deal and they do ship to Canada. I might order at that point, but right now Right now I'm ready to cross them off of the list. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not going to move mountains to make it happen. The next brand that I talked about was Vieve Cosmetics, and I have tried 2 of their palettes now in 2020. So at the very early part of the year, I picked up their collaboration with Hannah from Smoky Glow. So there are the shades inside. I really like the color story. These are the kind of shades that I gravitate towards. I find that they really play up the color of my eyes. So it's a palette that I have enjoyed using. And then this past summer, I picked up their Lemonade palette. So this is an all yellow palette, which I was kind of nervous about because I thought they might all just end up looking pretty much the same on the eyes, but happily they don't. It is a really, really pretty palette. Obviously you have to like yellow in order to get any sort of enjoyment out of this, but I do. And there is enough difference in tones in here that you can actually make different looking eye looks with it. I mean, obviously they're all going to be yellow, so you're not going to get like wildly different, but it's not just a one-trick pony. There is a good selection of shades in here, so I'm really happy with this palette. I definitely keep my eye on Vieve because I do like their shadow qualities, so I am interested in trying more from their brand, and I am curious to see what they're going to release in 2021. So they are a brand that I definitely keep checking their Instagram to see what's going on, and I do follow the owner on Twitter because she does post little sneak peeks as well. So it's a brand that is definitely on my must-watch list. Lethal Cosmetics. I think that one's been on my list 2 years in a row now, and I still haven't pulled the trigger. I think honestly what happens to me is I try to build my own palette and then I get overwhelmed and I'm just like, nah, forget it, never mind. I am the worst at making decisions. I really am. I second guess myself all the time to the point where I just like walk away and just don't make a decision. Literally, there are times where I don't eat dinner because I can't decide what I want to eat for dinner. It's ridiculous, but like decision fatigue is a thing. So I'm going to keep my eye on some of their pre-made palettes because I think that might just be the way for me to go, because me trying to curate my own selection of shades just doesn't seem to be working. So I still most definitely want to try their products. I just have not yet, but I'm going to keep them on my list for 2021. Third time's the charm, right? Last but not least is Elijah Storm Cosmetics, and for the life of me, I don't remember how they came onto my radar in 2019, because I honestly can't think of anybody who has reviewed them. So I don't know how they got onto my radar, but they did, and I tried them in 2020. So I picked up their Timeless palette, and I have put that one to the test a few times over. So there is a largely matte selection of shades in here. There are 3 pressed glitters and then 2 shimmer shadows up here. But it's actually a fun little collection of shades. There are some very neutral options, obviously some pops of color in there as well. For being pressed glitters, they actually do perform quite nicely. I'm not a huge pressed glitter fan. I would have preferred them to be foiled metallic shades, but I say that regardless of whatever brand it is. I do like this palette actually. I find that the mattes do blend really nicely. The color payoff is there. They have released a palette very recently that I keep looking at. I'm very tempted by it. I'm not sure that I need it because I have altogether too many palettes, but I have those shades a multitude of times in other palettes, so I haven't pulled the trigger on it, but it does look very pretty. But this is a brand that I am curious to see what else they put out because I'm a fan of this palette. So there's that. If you're interested, I do have a discount code with them. It's just Cara10. We'll save you 10%. It's not an affiliate code, but I thought I'd throw that out there in case you are interested in checking out any of their products. So there you have it, guys. Those are the brands that I wanted to try this year and what the end result of that was. Rather than muddy the waters of this particular video, I'm going to save the brands/items that I want to try in 2021 for a separate video. But for now, I'm going to thank you for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.